Today, I'm going to share with you 7 things you need to consider whenever you're going to do work for free. Hi everyone, welcome to Wallace TV, where you can improve your life through creative advice. My name is Laith Wallace and I thank you for joining me on this channel today. And on this channel, I share with you tools, resources and strategies for UX beginners who need to start their career and how you can excel and do better through advice and motivation as well. And today, I want to share with you 7 things you need to consider when it comes on to doing work for free. Now, for many of us, we may have been asked all over our career to do work for free, and I've consistently and still to this day, even though I've started my own company, I'm doing my thing, I still to this day get asked to do work for free. And I want to share with you today 7 things you need to consider whenever you're going to do work for free. You see, when it comes on to doing work for free, you have to always take into consideration that you are actually going to do some work. So when it comes on to you doing some work, what does that take into consideration? Your time. Now, the thing you have to remember always is that the ideas are valuable, but your time is the most valuable and precious commodity to you. So this is what you need to consider before going into any design work for free. Before you even say yes to any free design work, before you even say, you know what, I'm going to do it, it may sound good. There's 7 things I want you to consider today. The first thing you need to consider is the portfolio value. Secondly, the exposure. Thirdly, the experience. 4th, networking. 5, the details of the project. The 6th thing are any recommendations coming for you. And then obviously future opportunity. Now let's start with number 1, the portfolio value. I want to share with you a story today of how somebody came to me. Myself and the project manager of my company, we basically had someone come to us. And as this individual came to us, they basically said, oh, I know you guys talk about design and experience design and helping with businesses. I would love to speak to you guys about a business that we are working on. So I thought, okay, this sounds like a good opportunity. So let's say the guy's name was Jack. So Jack came into our office, he sat with us, and as Jack begins to speak to us now, we realized during this conversation that Jack doesn't know what he's talking about. And we realized as well, because he didn't know where he was going as well, and we're going to showcase how this is so important to you, the work that they were asking us to do for free, automatically we knew it wouldn't bring any portfolio value because it wasn't what we needed. Now, the first thing when it comes on to doing work for free is you need to understand, how does this add to my portfolio against the other work that I have already got in my portfolio? Is it significant or is it insignificant? That's one thing you need to weigh up. And when you look at it from number 1, then you'll be in a stronger place to know whether you should say yes to that work. The second thing you need to consider is the exposure this project brings to you. Does it raise your profile? Does it bring you into new industries? Does it get your skill set up? These are the things you need to consider, and make sure you're very, very honest with yourself about the project. Remember guys, it's your time which is the most valuable thing. So be very clear about how it exposes you to new opportunities. The next thing is experience, or you could even say your skills. As I work on this project, does it help to improve my skills or does it devalue my skills? You need to make sure you're very clear about your skill set. Does it enhance your skill set? Does it devalue your skill set? Is the person realizing that not only is your time valuable, but that the skills you bring to the table are valuable also? Now, for many of you as designers, when I talk about experience, because you could be very good because many of you are good at your skill set, people are coming to you and asking you to do work for them, right? And because you can even work fast sometimes, or they assume that you can work fast, or because of their lack of understanding around your skill set, they don't understand the amount of time it takes to complete a job. And you know that you can do it quite quickly, where you know for them it will take them ages. There's a great quote by Stephen R. Covey that I want to share with you today. Listen to this. Stephen R. Covey, in his book, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, this is what he says. Doing more things faster is no substitute for doing the right things. Do you hear that, guys? Doing more things faster is no substitute for doing the right things. And for many of you, you may be able to work really well. You're obviously going to work faster than the person who's asking you to do work for free, or else they wouldn't come to you. That doesn't always mean you're doing the right things. Value your time and make sure it's enhancing your experience. The next thing I want to share with you, when this person comes to ask you to do something for free, how does it enhance your network? as I look at the individual who's asking me these questions, is that individual someone who is well connected, well respected, has a big network, can connect me to other people? Or is that somebody who they're just trying something small, they don't really have the budget, they're not really even willing to pay further down the line, even though I know they're not going to pay in this moment? Further down the line, there is nothing that shows me that they have a network they can open me up to who'd be willing to pay in compensation for the time I'll spend on this project at the moment. The next thing you want to look at are the details around the project. Just like I spoke to you about Jack earlier, we had for some reason forgotten to make this guy go through our discovery process, where we truly analyze the client's needs before we even sit down and have a meeting with them. So we didn't do that. And unfortunately, as a result of not doing that, we realized that the details were very vague. So when they sat with us, imagine guys, throughout this whole meeting for an hour, they came to the end of it and said, you know what? I don't think we know what we're doing, and I think we need to go back to the drawing board. Guys, that was an hour of my time wasted. You know, the project manager in our team, she was like deflated, because we realized after all this time, and I think we got about 5 to 10 minutes in, and we knew that this was a waste of our time. Looking back, we should have just said, you know what guys, we need to cut this short. You guys need to go and refine your offering, make sure you're very clear on what you want us to do, how we should work together, and then let's proceed from there going forward. In the meantime, here's a discovery form that we've created on Google Forms. Please fill it out and let us know your requirements, and then we can get back to you. You see, you're saying no, but you're doing it in a way that feels a bit more relatable, doesn't feel as aggressive, it's kind of passive in a sense, all right? But when you need to break down the details, you need to truly understand what that client wants from you. Because if you are going to say yes, or potentially you may say yes, remember, we haven't said yes yet. Hold on the brakes, guys. We haven't said yes yet. And if we are considering to say yes, before you say yes to anything, and this is even a life principle, make sure you understand the details. The next thing I want to share with you is recommendations. I remember when starting in my career and I was asked to do some free work for individuals, the benefit that I actually realized at the time was that I could use that person as a reference on my CV. I could say to a potential employer, I did some work for this person. Not only that, it's in my portfolio. Not only that, it expanded my skills. Not only that, here is actually, based upon the details they gave me, here's what I achieved for that client. Not only that, here's their phone number, here's their email address. Call that person, get some more info for yourself. You see, when doing free work, remember, because your time is valuable, you need to think further ahead as well. So if your time is valuable in that moment and they're asking you, is there a case further down the line where, because of the points I've raised before, the value that brings to you, you can then use this person as a reference and they can expand you to more opportunities. The last point I want you to pay attention to, number 7, is does this open future opportunities for you? Now, I mentioned this before, but you really want to dig this out. Now, for many of you, when it comes onto the future opportunities, you may think, you know, this looks really good because for the here and now. But I always like to think ahead. When you look at Stephen Covey's book, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, he really makes us pay attention to this as well. How effective people, they think ahead. They don't just think about what you're doing right now, but you also want to pay attention to what you're doing for the future. And in the context with your goals, your personal goals, does this project open up doors for your goals in the future, or does this project take your time away from your goals? Remember, the time you have today will not be there tomorrow, and you want to use the time today to get further and closer towards your goals. So the question of the day is, do you do free work? And if you do, and if you don't, then please let me know in the comments below. Thank you for watching Wallace TV today. And I really want you to follow me on social media, follow me on Facebook, on Twitter, and on my Instagram. And you can also email me at hello@laithwallace.com. That's hello@laithwallace.com. And thanks so much for watching this video today. And remember, you can improve your life through creative advice. So have a great day.